Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Kurn's Guild Spotlight. This is episode 18. I can't believe I'm still doing this. Uh, but it's a good thing that I'm doing this because I really feel as though guilds out there need just a little bit more help. Let's dive right in, shall we? Today's guild is Stands in Bad. It is an alliance guild on the US Rexxar server, and you can find them at www.standsinbad.com. I can't let this pass without talking about the name. They're a raiding guild, and I love the name Stands in Bad because that's what you try not to do. So are they being ironic? I think so. I kind of enjoy that. I would have to say that that's right up there with the papaya prerogative that we spotlighted yesterday, in terms of awesome names that I've heard thus far in the short history of Kurn's Guild Spotlight. All right, so let's talk a bit about Stands in Bad. They are, like I said, a raiding guild. They're a 10-man raiding guild. They're at 6 of 12 normals as of this recording. They are a very social guild, although their focus is on raiding. They say that they have a pretty laid-back atmosphere, and they have very lax attendance requirements. In fact, there are no attendance requirements, which to me, as a former raid leader, former guild master, that's a little bit shocking. I had a hell of a time getting anything done without attendance requirements. I find it really impressive that they've gotten anything done whatsoever, without a sort of policy that requires, hey, you have to be here 2 out of 3 nights a week or whatever. That's something that's really impressive to me. These guys have a fun enough atmosphere that people just show up because they want to show up, not because they have to show up for fear of losing their spot. So fantastic for them. In addition to raiding, they also occasionally do some other fun events on non-raid nights. They group up for LFR, they run old content, and that sort of thing. They say, we pride ourselves on being mature adults, both in age and in mentality. Stands in Bad is a safe space for everybody, and I love this, regardless of belief, creed, orientation, or gender. Fantastic. I love hearing about guild social policies like this. Like, these guys want their guild to be a safe place for anybody who wants to play the game, which is really refreshing when you look at some other guilds out there, when you look at some other games out there. I mean, like League of Legends, not so safe. By contrast, Stands in Bad, quite safe. So that's great. They do say, however, that by the same token, we tend to get a little bawdy sometimes. We're good people, but we're generally not safe for work or children. So I would presume then that you would have to be over 18 at a minimum to join Stands in Bad, due to the NSFW tag that they have placed on themselves. Still, that's an amazing. It sounds like a really amazing space. So good for them. Let's talk about their raid nights. They raid on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 7 till 9:30 Central Time, which is server time. So that's 8 to 10:30 Eastern or 5 to 7:30 Pacific. Sounds great. 5 hours a week. Just log in, log out. If you're on the East Coast or Central Time, you're offline early enough to go to bed at a reasonable hour, in case you have a job or something. And if you're on the Pacific Coast, it's early enough that you can log in, raid, and then go out for dinner or something. How awesome. Great raid times, I find. Let's see. They are looking for basically anything. They're looking for a tank, a healer, and a DPS. They're not really picky on the class. It can be ranged, it can be melee, any kind of tank, any kind of healer, as long as you're competent in your class. And they have a small disclaimer. They would prefer that no protector token classes such as the warriors, hunters, shaman, or monks show up, because that half their raid is on that token. And the officer who submitted this said, I might have a revolt if we pick up any more. So I mean, if you're exceptional and this sounds really good to you, you may as well apply, but otherwise they're looking for classes apart from warriors, hunters, chamois, and monks. Let's talk a little bit about Rexxar. It's a fairly decent sized server, 82,000 characters total. Very even on the split between Alliance and Horde. Check that out. 43,000 Alliance or so, and about 38,000 Horde. But it is a PvE CST server, so it's not like there's lots of world PvP going on, I don't think. But there you go. The top guild is a Horde guild, and they are miles above most others in the rating rankings. They're at 11 of 13 hard modes. The top Alliance guild is 1 of 13 hard modes, and Stands in Bad is at 6 of 12 normals. So really not too much difference between, where Stands in Bad is in the top Alliance guild. You could help them make up that gap and push forward into hero content. There are about 37 guilds in tier 15 content, but like I said, that top Horde guild is way ahead of anybody else. There aren't that many guilds in heroic modes, so most people are in somewhere in normal content, like Stands in Bad, but you could be that linchpin that pushes them forward. How'd you like that? I would like that. I like being part of a team. I miss being part of a team. So once again, they're looking for a tank, a healer, a DPS. They prefer someone not on the protector token. They raid Wednesdays and Thursdays from 7 till 9:30 Central, which is 8 to 10:30 Eastern, or 5 to 7:30 Pacific. They're 6 to 12 normal. It is a safe space for everyone, regardless of belief, creed, orientation, or gender, which is fantastic. And they are not safe for work or children. So definitely give Stands in Bad a look. You can find them once again at standsinbad.com. And honestly, they sound like a great place. So good luck to you guys. And I hope that a couple of my listeners, viewers, head on over there and check them out. Guess that'll do it for today's episode of Kurn's Guild Spotlight. As always, you can find me on Twitter at kurnmogh. That's at KURNMOGH. You can check out my blog, Kurn's Corner, at kern.apotheosis-now.com, and you can sign up for updates on my soon-to-be-launched new website, kern.info. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for yet another episode of Kurn's Guild Spotlight.